Wow. 32-17 to the Springboks. Final score in Paris. That was an incredible game. The way that game started, I did not think it was going to end that way. I honestly believe that France was going to run away with it. The odd thing is, this game really reminded me about the World Cup quarterfinal. The exact same thoughts I had. I thought France is running away with this game, they're going to win easily. And then Springboks just somehow, second half, put in such a big performance. I will say that I think the Springboks played a bit better today than they did in that quarterfinal. But wow, what a game. What a game for the Springboks. France, great first half. Springboks, just better in every way in the second half. That was an incredible test match, and honestly, probably the Springboks' best game of the year, because they were really put up against it today in Paris. The crowd was hostile. You could hear with the anthems even. Nkosi Sikelele, no singer. The crowd quite loud. There was quite a few fans there, but then when France did their anthem, wow, it was loud. So yeah, the game obviously started off France dominating early on. That first half, red card for Louis de Jager. Red card really swung the momentum of the game more to France. It was already in their momentum, and wow, I honestly have no idea how the Springboks pulled it around and somehow won that game 32 points to 17. One of the key talking points I think the Springboks will take from this game is how, even with all the missed kicks, we somehow hung in there and got the game won in other ways. We were able to play much different brand of rugby than we have in previous weeks, where normally you'd see the Springboks running around, playing width to width, giving the guys like Colby and Kurtley Orange some space on the ball. But today we really went back to our old style, kept it tight, the kicking game, won the aerial battle, and just fed off from there. Pieter-Steph du Toit at captain, making that decision to go for the line as well, was an incredible choice. I was like, what are you doing? But obviously it worked out. Um, so yeah, some of the key performances, Kobus Reinach with that try, really keeping South Africa in the game. That was huge. That was an incredible try. Individual brilliance, showing his speed, even at his age right now, just showing his speed. That was incredible. Obviously, France, Pinot, incredible performance. Ramos, those crossfield kicks really had us like stressed at the start of the game. The Springboks didn't really know how to react to that in the first half. Obviously, you can see the Springboks made a few changes at halftime, decided to go back to the way they normally play, like a few years ago, really just keeping it tight, winning the aerial battle, and we honestly benefited quite a lot from it. Ruan Urquia, big game off the bench. Jasper Visser, huge game. Who's the scrum off for France? Lagarek, incredible game, incredible player. That pass out the back was... I've never seen a pass like that. That was incredible. So obviously when DuPont comes back, they've got two incredible scrum offs. But yo, the one thing I will say is the game just completely swung on its head at the end of the game. Springboks, just a very good second half team. Just as Dan Bigger said in the commentary, just piling the pressure on, and the team just can't cope with it. One thing I will say, Volko Low off the bench has been making a massive impact this year at scrums. He's been huge for us. Esterhuizen, also a big game, another try. He could be a flank going forward. They're going to have to give him some game time at flank at the Sharks. Yeah, incredible game. Marnie Lebok, Grant Williams, great combination. I can see how they're keeping the combinations of Sasha and Reinach and Grant and Sasha together because it's been working. It's really been paying its dividends. Sasha moving to fullback was a good choice because, I mean, he was having a great game outside of the kicking tee. He was so confident the way he played. He is such a big match player. The Springboks have really found a gem there. He is so good. He's incredible. Probably one of the nominees for World Player of the Year. We'll need to sort out some of his kicking, but I mean, those were tough kicks, and you can't be on it every week. I mean, Marnie Lebok coming on, really, he has honestly taken that 23 jersey this year and made it his own. He has played such an important role for the Springboks, really driving the team, closing out the games, being that big-time closer for the team, and his line kicks for the line are incredible. I mean, he always puts it on the 5. There was the one kick that didn't go towards the 5, but most of the time he's kicking it in the 5 every single time. Dealendi, Creel, massive performances, always consistent together. That's probably one of the best choices they could have made to play Creel. He had a good game last week and he knows those big games. Obviously, I think next week maybe Ethan Hooker and Kanan Moody could be the centre pairing, maybe to give them some game time. But Italy also is playing very well at the moment, beating Australia today. So yeah, 32 points to 17. The game completely swung on its head. South Africa going back to that maul, just dominating up front. Peter Steptoe leading from the front. Sia Khaleesi, 100th game. They had to get it done for him in the white jersey as well. The same way he started off his career in the Springbok jersey. Arge Snyman as well, coming off, making a big impact. Unfortunate that Leotiaga got a red card. I did think that was a bit harsh, but obviously that may be a bit of a bias point from my point of view. But he did go low, and he is so tall, so there's not much more he could have done really. But I get head contact like that, high speed, high degree of danger. It was always going to be a yellow or a red, maybe a 20-minute red. Maybe the permanent red was a bit harsh, but I mean, South Africa stuck in there and won the game, so they won't be complaining. But hopefully he can get more game time going forward. Malcolm Marx, incredible game. Probably my man of the match, really such a big time player today. Massive turnovers. He was up for it from the start, you could just tell. Massive turnovers, big intensity, big carries. Him and Jasper Visser really leading from the front. So yeah, all in all, incredible performance from South Africa. There was a time there where they should have been worried because France was looking dominant early on, and it almost seemed as if France was going to run away with it. The exact same way I felt in the quarterfinal last time. I just felt like France were completely dominating it, and South Africa somehow found a way back in. Which is a massive game from South Africa. I will be doing a player ratings and a proper long match review in the next few days. So stay tuned for that, guys. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Ecstatic with that win. France delivered. They played extremely well. I mean, the Stade of France always delivers. It is an absolute theatre for rugby. So the crowd was it was impeccable. The South African fans, they were crazy. The game was insane. I mean, France, all the credit in the world to France. They played an incredible game, and they are probably number 2 in the world, or top 3 in the world. They are an incredible team, and I'm looking forward to see how they develop going forward, especially with some of these players I have not seen before from them, like Lagarek, who I'm not that familiar with, and he is incredible. So yeah, great game from France, incredible game from the Springboks, and this win for the Springboks maybe puts the nail in the coffin that it's a very, very successful end of the year tour. One more big game left, Ireland, but we can't take Italy or Wales lightly because those are 2 big games as well, and playing them at their home is never easy. So guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.